What's going on, everybody?
That works.
And I'm gonna show you guys how to fix a damaged oil pan. And it's got it's an aluminum pan. When they get the threads pulled out of them, if you don't want to replace it and spend all that money at a shop or whatever, what it's called a piggyback. Pretty much what it is. It's pretty much a regular drain bolt with another drain bolt in it. This goes in it, and what it does is it's tampered at the end, and as you thread it in, it opens up and tightens inside the oil pan.
Cuts new threads.
So yeah, pretty much how it looks right there, and then this is where it would be draining out of. So I'm gonna show you guys how to install one of these instead of spending all that money on buying a new oil pan and having to replace the oil pan. Sorry the footage is bad. I'm using my old camera because it was in my car. My good camera is at home. So yeah, we're gonna let all the oil drain out as much as we can, so it's easy to do this process.
Take this guy out. That way the excess oil is gonna drain out of this hole while I'm putting it in, because I'm gonna Loctite this with too much Loctite, but it's just so that what mixes with the oil is gonna hook up pretty good still. But I leave that plug out so the oil drains out instead of building up into the thread area while trying to install.
And recommend using the red Loctite because it's the strongest. Therefore, if someone, when they do the oil change on it, if they tighten that other one too hard, it won't pull this out. That will stay in the pan itself.
Always, when installing or when doing an oil change and pulling this little guy out for the oil change and putting it back in, always use 2 wrenches. One on this guy to hold it in place, even though we're Loctiting it.
Just to take safety precautions. So, see if I can get in here for you guys. Zoom in there.
I was telling you about the ones with the prongs.
Yeah.
This is one with the prongs up in there.
I don't know if I'm going to focus on that, guys, but focus.
Way up in
right there. See how the threads are pulled? That's what happens. It's really common on aluminum pans. So we're going to go ahead and take care of that now.
Yeah, and the problem with the regular self-tapping plugs, with the self-tapping plug, every time you pull it out and put it in, it tries to cut new threads, and they always end up just being temporary. So.
And this is just a vacuum pump. We're trying to get as much oil out as we can to make it easier to do it all, and you don't get oil all everywhere. So it makes the process a lot easier. And when you do this, you want this plug as straight as you can get it.
It's weird because the pan's at an angle there, so you feel like you're putting it in slightly crooked on these pans. Alright. Keep lots of pressure pushing towards the pan. Lots of pressure, guys.
And you want to use an open end to do this. Do not use a wrench. Or a socket, I mean. Use a wrench.
Use a wrench. That way you can keep pressure pushed on the plug.
And you see how the oil is draining out at the bottom like he was talking about?
Yep. Instead of coming down through the threads.
And just do little turns at a time. You don't want to wrench it down too quick or too hard. Let the piggyback do its job. So you're doing little quarter turns at a time. And then this will pretty much sit almost flush with the pan when you're done. So we're going to get this in and we'll show you the end result. Alright guys, as you can see, maybe it's completely flush with the pan. Like I said, go real slow, especially when it's a thin walled right here, so you don't split the aluminum right here. And as you see, oil's coming out because, like he was mentioning, leave this out. If you want, you can. Well, I recommend it. Run like a little bit of oil through it to blow out anything that's in it out, any shavings or anything from doing it. So we're gonna flush it out a little bit.
You get a little bit of regular through. There you go.
Just clean anything out that's in there.
I ran it through, boss. any burrs or anything.
Yeah,
As you can
any
imagine,
shavings, anything.
the oil changes from here on out are going to take twice as long because it has half the hole to drain out of.
Yeah.
Small sacrifice to pay.
But like I said, it's better than spending, you know, $100 or so on a pan and a couple $100 for a shop to do it or whatever, you know. But that's that. And just like that. And the big nut on the top is a 19, correct?
Yep.
And the bottom one, I believe, is at 11.
11.
Yeah. So pretty much that. That's all you'll need is an 11 mil and a 19 mil and your piggyback for damaged aluminum oil pans.
Just remember, anytime you go to do an oil change on it or take it out, always put that 19 on there to hold that in place while you take that out.
So you don't pull it out. Especially when it's new and fresh until that lactate fully cures, you know? Which they dry pretty quickly, but that's pretty much it, guys. And that's going to be it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this little video. Hope it helps you guys out. Whoever is going through the same issue, please like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification button so y'all get notified when we post. Catch y'all next one. Peace.